Good morning. Let me just see that everything is working here. I can't see me there. Come on. Okay, lovely. Looks like I am on and live and everything is working here. Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a beautiful long weekend. We definitely had. I see somebody is in there already. Welcome and good morning. Okay, so what do we do today? I want to talk a little bit about online marketing and specifically also for beginners. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Dagmar Breiling-Marais. I'm here the CEO at Funding Connection. And it was a one-woman show for years until I decided, okay, I'm not able to grow like this. Network meetings and these things were not really working for me. The chances to meet somebody when you have a breakfast with them that need funding, they require a business plan, were just too small for me. So, and that's where I started, okay, let me see online marketing, how does it go, how is it working. I started definitely with all the free versions of whatever is available until I decided, okay, so now I'm ready, this is working, I can see I create leads, and then I started also paying. So if you want to start with online marketing, the first goal is what I always would think about. Okay, what do you want to achieve? Have the end goal in mind, and then you have the end goal in mind, then you go back to the beginning and say, okay, so I want to sell business plans. Whatever else you want to sell, you think about it. If you now go out and do some ads and say, here we can do business plans, click here and order now, try that with Facebook ads or even with Google ads. It's not going to happen. One thing still sticks until now to me is, keep in mind, I studied 30 years ago. And marketing was totally different at that time, but human behavior is still the same. That means people need to feel comfortable and confident that you are able to deliver, that you're an expert in your field, that you know what to do, and that means they need to have minimum 7 contacts with you. And in these, then they feel comfortable, confident. So now how to do these 7 contacts is part of your marketing strategy. So we know what we want to offer. Now we need to go back to the top and think about, who is my target market? Who will buy from me? Big corporates will not buy from Funding Connection. They have a big department with the CFO. They can do everything on their own. So for us, our target market is different, and I'm clearly defined it to make sure that these are the people we are approaching. And then again, just so now you have your target, you know what you want to sell, you have your target market. Now you need to connect these 2 points. And how do you do that? You need to think about what do people need? What information do they require? So that you can, it is information marketing, it's called. So inform people, tell them what you know, share this information with them. You don't need to give away all your trade secrets. Although honestly, we share really everything with our, even in these free webinars, we share really everything and are quite open, because raising capital is such a big puzzle, and all these puzzle parts also needs to fit together. That's the trick. Yeah? And that's nothing what you can do quick and easy in a short little webinar or in and answering one or two questions of clients. This process is complex, but still what I'm aware of, and I had that feedback with our free information packages what we give out, how to draft a business plan. People were able to write their own business plan, and were able to use this business plan to raise capital. So the information we are giving out is really high quality, and that's something what I highly recommend also for you. Yeah? So you know what you want to sell, you know your target market, now you need to connect the dots. You post in the beginning on social media. You think about where's your target market. Start with one. Yeah? Either way, you use LinkedIn or you use Facebook, in some cases Instagram, if it is visual, is the right way to concentrate there. Don't do everything at once. Yeah? And then you say, Facebook is the easiest, to be honest, because your chances that your target market is on Facebook is quite high. Is everybody of your target market on Facebook? No, of course not. But majority will be. Yeah, everybody, most people have a personal Facebook account. You're scrolling through, having a look what's happening with your friends, congratulating to birthdays, and you know. So if there is a nice ad coming up in between, you are more than willing to click on it. And this ad can't say, please order a business plan now. Yeah, so that's not gonna happen. You need to offer them something. And so what do? We have a couple of, it's called Magnet, yeah, and a couple of magnets. One is how to draft a business plan. The other one is get funded. We have another one, why do you need a feasibility study? Yeah, so it's really information. What happens if people sign up? Yes, they are going into our newsletters system. Yeah, because keep in mind you need the 7 contacts. Yeah, and our newsletter system is also, we are sending out 4 times a week usually a newsletter. It's a short, crisp information about one specific topic. Yeah, information about our webinars. What's happening here? Like most of you received this morning also the webinar. Or there is information about some funds we found. There are sometimes I'm sharing information about specific grants and how to apply for it, where to go. Are we offering at the end always, there's a call to action at the end, our services? Yes. But if you can't afford our services, if you have enough time on your hand, if you feel comfortable and confident, you always can do these things on your own. Yeah? The information we are sharing is high quality so that you are able to do that on your own, and lots of our newsletter subscribers do that. They are going back and are able then to apply. And if somebody needs some help, you know that we are picking you up where you are stuck. You need only the financial forecast. We can only do these things for you. And that's something what you also can think about. Yeah. So what information is my target market looking for? What do they need? What makes their life easier? And then you can say, okay, and at the end you can offer your service. You can at the end offer your product. You need somebody to transport, I don't know, whatever, from A to B. We are there for you, use us. Yeah, and then you can also inform people in between and say, If you're looking for a transport company, be aware you need to make sure they have these in place, and so that also your potential customer is aware that you know these rules and regulations, and that your potential customer is also confident that you meet all these criteria, yeah, that you comply it, because that is important for clients. So now again, I tried to share a whiteboard here with you. It didn't work this morning, so that's why I'm coming back, so to understand. We said this is what you want to offer. We said we go back up there. We think about our target market. We think where the target market is. Like I said, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you need to decide where you believe your target market is. Then you offer on these pages your freebies. And you are posting on these pages, and like I said, start with one in the beginning only, and then post on a regular basis some information what potential clients may need and want to know about you. Yeah, and then you can see now the key is, don't leave these contacts in Facebook, in LinkedIn, or only in Instagram. You want to have access to the email address, the telephone number, the name outside. Let's say Facebook decides, congratulations, from today on, if you want to contact anybody on Facebook from your business page, you will need to pay for these contacts. Then you are in trouble. Or what also can happen, if you do some advertising on Facebook, Facebook thinks this is, or you post something and Facebook thinks this is not in order, they close your account. Then you have no access. Yeah, that's why it is important to have a newsletter system outside of the social media. Collect email addresses there, so that you then also can send out emails and newsletters to your newsletter subscribers and market and inform. Yeah, make sure it is informative, because otherwise people will unsubscribe, and you don't want this. But you know what, because there is a time when you need to pay for your newsletter system. So I don't mind if somebody says this is not for me anymore. I'm more than happy and willing to let them go, let them unsubscribe. That is in order for me, because I know I need to pay for each and every newsletter subscriber in my list. Yeah. So now you have them in your newsletter subscriber, your potential clients. You email them a couple of times. There's always a call to action at the end of the newsletter. You can contact us, you can set up a free appointment with us, you can set up a paid consultation with us. You know, you need to think about what is the easiest way for you to sell your services or product. And then at the end you can then start. If you have all these things in place, only then it makes sense to start with the paid advertising. Don't do that before. Yeah, you need to have this flow, some emails, everything in place, and to be able then to do paid advertising. Otherwise, it's a waste. You're burning the money, you know. So that makes absolutely no sense. If you do business-to-business transactions and you know you need to approach purchasers and buyers at big corporates, then maybe LinkedIn is the right way to do that. Yeah? Always think about where are your potential client, where's your target market, and that will then determine which route to go. And for a buyer, it makes no sense to bombard them with newsletters. that is more LinkedIn route to go, and then you just can contact them and say, okay, this is what we are able to do, this is what we are doing. Have a nice profile, be clear about what you want to sell. Yeah? Don't sell everything and, like, I don't know, taxi services, tour services for tourists, coal, transport, all under transport. But if somebody who now wants you to transport their tourists, and they also see you're transporting coal, not too sure if I would feel too comfortable and confident that you are really an expert in what you want to offer. Yeah? Okay, so I hope this gave you a little bit of an overview. I see we have a couple of people in here. If you have any questions, just please feel free to write some questions underneath. I will definitely answer them. What we also, if you need some help with your posts on Facebook, on social media, have a look at our post. This is the style how we do things, and you want us to do something like this, just contact me, and then we will see how we can assist you. Makaru, must you always get an offtake for funding of funders, considering the markets? There are sometimes not the possibilities to get some offtake agreements. Yeah. What I highlight always these things like the offtake agreements, the own contribution, because I want you to increase your chances to raise the capital dramatically. That is our approach. That's why we are telling you these things from the beginning on. If you go to NEF, will they say, yes, we can do 100% finance? Yes. Will they say you can do that without an offtake agreement? I don't know, I haven't heard that one. Maybe yes, usually people don't even ask that, you know. So they always say yes, yes, yes to everything, and then they decline later on along the way, and I think that's not fair. I personally always want to know exactly up front what's happening. Yeah. Daniel, thanks for your insight. Question: if some franchises require 50% unencumbered fees, but you only have 10, would financiers overlook that 50% requirement? Yes, they can overlook that. Yeah, it's what the franchisors, they sometimes don't know, the government financiers, what's possible and what's not possible. Yeah. Masisi Sahne Fund is also great with franchise to finance franchisees. They are a little bit picky. They are not financing everybody, and if some of the franchisors were not, how do I say that carefully, communicative with the Masisi Sahne Fund, they say, no, we need to sort out things first before we take another one on. Yeah, but then honestly, if you want to become a franchisee, be careful with whom you want to partner. Yeah, this is a long-term partnership you are engaging with, and you want to be sure that they're really also on your side. Okay, so any other questions? I see it goes directly to funding back. Maybe there's some questions also for marketing. Just feel free to ask me, please. But if it is about funding, I don't have a problem. You, of course, also can ask me this. Okay, Mandla says signing the registry. I'm not too sure what that means. Maybe you can elaborate there, Mandla. Okay. Yes. So posts are also important on your I'm just going back here waiting for some new questions, otherwise we will stop that in a couple of minutes here. So important is with all your posts to show your expertise, to show your skill sets, to be absolutely clear on what you are able to do. Are we good at raising capital? Definitely yes. Are we also good at marketing? Yes, I can see that, because we are definitely growing here like crazy on our side, and I only do that via online marketing. And one of the flaws here of this business, and you see that I'm sharing all this information, I'm not holding back, is that usually people only need one business plan. If you want to do online marketing, the best is if you know you are capturing, you're finding one client, and this client is ordering on a regular basis from you. Yeah? That is usually what you want. Justin. I need to do something in petroleum industry, and it needs compliance from land to operate for the operation. Can you help? I'm sure that is the environmental impact assessment. Justin, you can send me an email. I just need to see. I know one of our partners does environmental impact assessments. I also need please to know which area that is. If you have any questions and you don't want here everybody to see that, please feel free to use Facebook Messenger. Please use Facebook Messenger, our the business one. Don't use my personal one. I'm usually not checking this one. I'm bad with that. And then you can see Brent will be able to guide you through the process and ask you the right questions, and then you guide you. Yeah? Okay. What are the cornerstones of marketing that the financiers consider enough to have proven the market? Okay. You only can prove the market if you have offtake agreements in place. That means you need to have business-to-business transactions. I know, of course, that is the easiest way. Okay, we are talking about the easiest way. Let's say you want to set up a food franchise in a shopping mall. What they want to see is who else is there, who is your competition in the shopping mall, if possible, what is the foot traffic in this shopping mall, so not all shopping malls share this information. And so that's definitely something what I would consider. If it is if you want to target end user as a retailer, you need to have a look also at the what is it called, social graph. People, the target market, people living in this area. And the age groups, the income structure, what target market you are targeting, the middle or high-end market. Are there enough people in this area? If it's a tourism area, you also need to have a look who's living there and who is visiting this area. Yeah. And you find sometimes some information about how many people are coming into a province or in an area, what are they spending per day. It is a little bit challenging. Number one, it's challenging in South Africa in the first place. Yeah, South Africa doesn't do lots of statistics. And number two, it's challenging worldwide due to COVID. There is for 1 or 2 years not really strong studies out there. Yeah. Rankwana, good morning. I enjoy your weekly webinar tips and guests will have business with you soon. But regret I lost connection on today's presentation. Please help if it's possible. I can have the recorded archive. Also want to know if your company have freelancing opportunities for me. Okay, so all our webinars always stay on Facebook. We are not deleting them. Yeah, so you have at any given time access to it and can review them. One of my team members is also copying everything onto YouTube because I know not everybody is in Facebook. So, and that's why I'm also giving here our website where people can contact us. That's www.fundingconnection.co.za. There's a contact button in the menu, and then you can contact us directly. Yeah, we do not work with freelancers. I've tried that in the beginning, and it was challenging for me to manage it. Yeah, maybe it's me, but it took me. Yeah, I had definitely, because keep in mind, I have the whole day, I have appointments. So in between what I'm doing, when one appointment or one webinar is finished, I'm just going into the office and ask everybody, is everything okay, if they need me or if they need some input from me. Yeah. If you're a freelancer working at home and then you say, I have a problem here, or I have a problem there, and I need to discuss this, you may not be able to get hold of me at the moment. Yeah. And what we do is we sometimes outsource projects, we are still busy with our CETA accreditation here for Funding Connection, and these are tasks, full task I'm outsourcing, but nothing here for advertising. We don't outsource. I tried outsourcing advertising. That's why I'm talking about online marketing. It was a mess. I had an American company trying to help me. I had a South African company assisting me, and our sales went down like this. Yeah, and I'm patient. I know it's fluctuating, it's not that after 3 months I've thrown the towel. I let them do it for a couple of months, and it was not working. That's why it's back in my hands. On one side, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely enjoying also the technical challenges, and don't think that this is easy. Facebook is a little bit easier, but Google Ads is definitely a little bit more challenging and tricky. But yeah, we are getting there, and I'm learning. I like to learn in any case, so that's why I highly recommend just start somewhere. You don't need to have this high-end way to do things. Start somewhere a little bit small, figure out what's working for you, and then you can start with paid ads. Okay, so that looks like there are no more questions here. I definitely had fun this morning. One of my topics I definitely like to talk about. Justin, I'm not giving out my personal email address, but I can send you. Use this one, and the reason is otherwise my email address is getting spammed. I've done that in the beginning, and so you get then all funny offers. Yeah, and I have a team. Brent is there. If you ask him, please, I need to, this is for Dagmar, he will forward it to me. That's absolutely not a problem. He will do that, Justin. But in general, for the first steps, he's definitely the right person to talk to you, and is able then also to guide you. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Talk to you soon. Definitely next week, Monday again. We will be back on Monday morning with our webinar. This one was also quite successful, and still 16 people in there. That is great for an unusual Tuesday morning webinar. I will think about it, what we are talking next Monday about it. I think I want to do something about how to manage cash flow. I think that that is something what I figured out in my consultations also. That's one of the challenges people are having. Yeah. Okay, I wish you an absolutely successful week. See you next week, Monday. If you have any questions, contact us on our website, contact us via Facebook Messenger. We are there to help you, to guide you, and to make sure that you become successful. Or if you're already successful, that you become more successful. Okay, take good care. Bye. Oh, now I need to find the button on the other page. Here it is. Okay, bye bye.